us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world. He's a Rice News analyst, Emmanuel Ifeni. Great Malabite.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning. Action.
Good morning, Rufai.
Mr. Ifeni, did you plan it with Tundu?
Good morning, Tundu.
Good morning. Did you plan it with Tundu? Did you plan it?
My elders were on our way. Now, let's start with these day newspapers. Nigeria's newspaper of records. The lead story, Okonjo-Iweala rallies Nigeria to increase trade, improve economy, pledges WTO's collaboration, urges transition away from fossil fuel. Her record of performance earned her the job, says Buhari. Yes, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Nigeria's own gift to the world at the WTO, the World Trade Organization, was at home, fittingly, to see the president, and also she spoke with the business community, and of course, an interview with Arise News, international TV station. Now, just before I comment on that, the New Telegraph is also reporting the same story. New Telegraph, WTO frets over Nigeria's multiple exchange rates as federal government solicits trade group support on energy, ease of doing business, others. Okonjo-Iweala to rally support of IMF, World Bank, AFDB for trade facilitation. Yes, she can do so much, but a lot needs to be done at home. And that's the message she has left behind, that for Nigeria to account for only 0.33% of global trade is very poor indeed. We need to do more in the area of adding value to our goods and services, products and services in the country, for us to compete effectively, favorably in the international trade arena. If we don't do our homework at home, there's little the Nigerian-born Director General of WTO can do for the country. But I want to believe the message is well driven home, and the government knows that it has to do more in the area of adding value. A situation where a country that produces so much crude, export crude, and import fuel is also a blight. Because if you refine crude to its logical conclusion, you will not only make so much money, you can service a lot of African countries with petrochemical products. So a lot to do for the country in terms of benefiting from the World Trade Organization. But the Daily Independent newspaper is also highlighting one of the hurdles: trade facilitation at risk over port's shoddy clearing system. Yes, importers, exporters, and agents, as well as transporters, have bemoaned the several hurdles they had to pass through in the process of clearing their cargoes at the ports and border stations. Yes, what is happening now is that the Nigerian Customs Service still do 100% of check system using manual checks because of the absence of scanners, which is what is obtainable worldwide, the international best practice. So if you don't deal with issues like this, you always lag behind when it comes to trading, because we have to produce goods at reasonable cost to export and compete with others. Now, the Daily Sun newspaper, familiar subject, insecurity. Kidnappers attack primary school, snatch pupils, teachers in Kaduna. Wike expresses worry over spate of school children abduction. Now, the Vanguard newspaper also on insecurity. Gunmen abduct 2 Ogun varsity students, 3 Kaduna teachers, 2 female OOU, that's Olabisi Onabanjo University students kidnapped in Ogun. Kidnapped pupils flee amid commotion. Bandits rustle cattle, steal 5 bikes. Kidnapped boy found in bush as parents negotiate 15 million ransom. 2 pupils found, 3 teachers still missing. Kaduna government. Short-term solutions will bring us long-term destruction. That's according to Atiku Abubakar. Community leader, 14 others kidnapped in Anambra. So kidnapping is widespread, gaining traction, becoming an enterprise for a lot of people. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, the consequence of this, school abductions endanger education in North. Federal government must act fast. UNICEF, ABU Dons, and Parents Teachers Association. Now, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, 23.18 million unemployed in the last 6 months, according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. Now, the worrisome aspect is that of these number that are unemployed, the youths, the most productive segment of the population, bear the brunt. 42.5% of youths unemployed, another 28.2% underemployed. Ruben, you nailed it when you said an idle hand is the devil's workshop. Not surprising that youths are engaged in all forms of criminalities because they are not gainfully employed. But that is not an excuse to go into criminality, because there are many who are unemployed who are still struggling to keep head above waters without going into criminality. Now, the News Direct newspaper, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Nigerian Labour Congress tackled federal government on 33.3% rise in unemployment as Nigeria ranks 19th globally. Imo records highest rate of unemployment. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria's The Guardian, PMS pricing, stakeholders lament government indecision. Pays 155 billion subsidy on 2.9 billion liters of petrol in February and March. Is that sustainable? A government that said is done with subsidy, but there it is. Now, the Punch newspaper, AstraZeneca fear, the Punch. Vaccination suffers setback. 5 more countries halt exercise. Spain, Germany, France, Italy, Holland, pause rollout. Now, let's look at what the foreign newspapers are reporting on this subject. The Times of UK. UK defends Oxford jab over fears of blood clots. While the Guardian of UK is also reporting EU regulators dismisses fear over Oxford vaccines safety. The Financial Times also has the same story. AstraZeneca jab rollout paused in Europe over blood clot fears. World Health Organization, Oxford, see no evidence of problem. Of course, there's been reports that after there are incidents after some took this vaccine of blood clots and a lot of blood pellets.
Emmanuel Efeni,
yes.
Just before we go on break, let's quickly take this story. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics has released the year-on-year February 2021 inflation figures. And quite disappointingly, the outlook is mostly negative as prices keep rising. Headline inflation rose to 17.33% from 16.47% in January. Food inflation rose to 21.79% from 20.57% in January. Core inflation is now 12.38% from 11.85% in January.